never slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no
What's up guys, Masta Styles here, back with another Let's Play Eternal Evolution video. Yes, you heard me right. I did say Let's Play Eternal Evolution. And this series has been on the back burner because, again, I'm still trying to figure out how do I bring out new episodes while also give you that account progression and managing your resources, right? Keeping that in the back of my mind, because again, I talk about this a lot when it comes to the reason why you should subscribe, right? And that's where the Let's Play episodes come into play. So again, as you can see, I switched up the logo. I did make that call to make that investment in getting a professional to get the logo done, because again, the logo that you originally saw, I did that myself, and everything else you see on this channel, I pretty much do visuals, video editing, all of that is done by me, but I wanted to make sure the logo was done professionally. So going forward, this will be the new logo. If you like it, comment down below, let me know your thoughts on the new logo. Before we start the video, we can't forget to talk about how close we are to getting to 400 subscribers. I want to get to 400 subscribers before the end of February. If you guys can help me out, sharing the channel to new people, letting them know, hey, if you want information about Eternal Evolution, this is a channel you want to subscribe to. If you're in Discord, share it over there, Facebook, all of that fun stuff, right? I would appreciate that. So help me get to this 400 subscriber mark. It's one of the goals that I want to complete by the end of February. I would appreciate that. So thank you for all that. Let's get to what we're going to talk about today. So this episode is going to be focusing on who are the heroes you should be focusing on, because I hear this question a lot on the Facebook group. So we're going to start with the grouping of heroes from here, right? From the Defender's Oath. In here, you have these heroes. You haven't really started working on them. You're wherever you are in your progression, right? Most people now tend to have a lot of these heroes that are mortal, but if you don't, and you're trying to figure out which one you want to go with, obviously Nord is the obvious answer. To get Nord to Immortal, that's going to help your account progress. Dominic is the same. He's going to help you in endless battles, situations where you need to do a lot of damage, single target. Dominic is for that situation. Jaina, same way. Twilight Lands, endless battles. Not so much, because again, you would use Dom before you use Jaina. There was a couple of situations where you would use Jaina, especially in the tank endless battle, which is up right now, but most people would go with Dominic. Fiona is a good one too. Fiona will definitely help you wherever there's melee form content, whether it be with the assassins, whether it be with the vanguards. Teresh, good option for, arena. You could get your heroes thrown in the backline because of Teresh. He'll help you out with story mode. He'll also help you out with Twilight Lands, going through the tank bond. Claire is obvious. Claire is definitely also a great option too, because she'll help you out with Vanguard content. So once she gets to a legendary 2, she starts to out DPS. I want to say if you have an Immortal Ares, she's gonna out DPS him. Even Leo may struggle. You might need a 9 Leo to keep up with her, not at legendary but at Immortal with some tempered gears. But that's primarily it there. Wamigan, Rizeris, Anfu, okay. Well, we'll talk more about those three once we go into the separate classes. So now we're going to progress into the separate classes, and we're going to start out with, first we'll start out with hunters. So for hunters, I think I'm missing, who am I missing? I think I'm missing the SP hero. A lot of people either have them or don't, right? Her. Is it her or him? Artemis. There you go. That's just the best way to put it. So let me just check. Yeah, now I remember. Yes, the Prigor and Mariami. Don't worry too much about them yet. Once they get awakened, they become a part of the conversation, and it's a little bit different. You can also exclude the Evangelion whenever that event comes back around. She's actually the weakest, but let's get to who you want to focus on when it comes to this hunter class here. First person is Rebecca. If you have Rebecca, you want to get your Rebecca to Immortal. I don't have the resources to do it. This is why I'm doing it over here, because my main account already have all of these heroes here at Immortal except for the Evangelion, right? Rebecca, you want to get her to Immortal EX30. She's what's going to help you out with single target damage. Vazaris, very great frontline hunter, right? Awesome, like him. Arcadia is pretty good too. And now we have Rizaris as Awakened. Still in the process of figuring out what she brings to the table. I think I'll get her to Awaken in 5 by Saturday or something. I'm trying to figure it out. I'm trying to get acquire the resources to get her there. But if I had to choose here, I would go with Rebecca, because she'll also help you out in Exotic Expedition. Vazaris will also help you out there. So that's kind of a thing to think about when it comes to this hunter class, because again, the hunters, it's either you invest a whole lot to get them to be good, or they're just not that good. But again, if you're trying to figure out which hunter to focus on, get your Rebecca to Immortal, and then second would be Vaz, and I'll go with Rizaris because she is Awakened and you can get a little bit more out of her, but she needs to be EX30 for her to even get going, right? So that's it for the hunters in a nutshell. After that, I want to go to Vanguard. So next is Vanguard. You have Bato. I don't really care too much about him. And the Evangelions, we're not going to really focus on them. So we'll talk about Barag, Claire, Leo, and Ares. So out of all of the Vanguards, the ones you mainly want to focus on, because Barag kind of got pushed to the side, I would level my Claire. I would get my Claire to Immortal as soon as possible, right? That's the first person there. Ares is going to help you. You want to make oh, and one thing I just remembered. So if you want me to actually do Garen, I could do this again, but I'll just pick a few of the heroes and do Garen for PvE and PvP. Well, actually PvE, yeah, both. We'll do both, yeah. So here, like I said, Claire, Ares, and Leo. Make sure, if I had to, and again, it always comes down to if you had to choose, Claire would be your first option because she gives you more value at Immortal than if you would get your Ares to Immortal. Yes, Leo's also a great option because he does have the ability to be Awakened, but again, you need to have him at higher evolutions to get to that big damage. You need to get him to Awaken in 7, which is Immortal 2. But Claire at Immortal can out DPS that said Leo. So again, Claire would be a clear option for the Vanguards. And remember, Vanguards are very niche based. Next up, we have Energy. We'll go Energy. With the Energy class, first person that jumps off the page is Nord, because He's gonna help your account if you have Nord or you're about to get a copy of Nord from the Defender's Oath. You want to get him to Immortal EX30. My main account, I don't have Nord at Immortal, and it definitely hurts because again, I could use him in the front line for Exotic Expedition, and I use Ray if you watch my content. But after that, Jaina. Get your Jaina to Immortal EX30. All of these heroes I'll always push for Immortal EX30. I just need to get a couple copies of Jaina to get her to Immortal, and then I can get that EX30. Take, again, yeah, I'm a little, his damage is great, but if I had to choose between Take and Cariolis, I would go with Cariolis because again, Cariolis I could use more, especially if I'm going PvP, I'm doing arena. I could put Cariolis on the team to prevent Teresh from doing his throw into the backline. You can protect your backline utilizing Cariolis. It can stop those Vanguards from charging into the circle. They have to go through the front liner first to get into the back line. But again, when it comes to the energy class, Nord, if you don't have Nord, Jaina is your next priority. And then after that, you can go Cariolis. Like I said, Evangelions, you'll eventually get Shinji to Immortal because they're going to bring back that event around at some point. You'll get 3 copies of Shinji. So no need to rush him there. Just wait it out and he'll get to Immortal that way. And eventually, the other thing to note, as you can see here, I don't really have Luke or Ravenna at Immortal. One of those two are gonna get awakened at some point. I hope they don't skip them and jump to Jaina. If they jump to Jaina, that would be crazy, but we ain't gonna talk about that. That's neither here nor there. So let's focus on moving on to the next grouping. So the next group I'm actually gonna jump to is the one that I just don't understand, right? The one that I don't get. I see people post this question on Facebook: who should I focus on? And I'm like, you have Purin not at an Immortal, and you're asking who should you focus on? Purin should be brought to Immortal EX30. She's going to help your account. She's going to push your account further. She's just going to help you. She's going to help to progress your account. So out of all the other supports, Purin needs to be at Immortal, right? Get your Purin to Immortal. Fiona is the same way, because the assassin team will help you in Twilight Lands, because the way you need to look at Twilight Lands is free red prototypes. Red prototypes in this game cost 100 USD, right? Another one is Masrani to help you out in PvP or where there is need for additional healing and additional health. Rez is a great option. You pair Rez up with Nord. He's also awakened. So is Masrani. Miranda, you can definitely get to Immortal because she'll help you out with your hunters and your energy heroes. So again, Purin should be at the top of your list above all the other heroes that I've spoken about so far. So definitely get your Purin to Immortal, get your Fiona to Immortal, and stop playing these games, okay? All right, what else? So we did support, we did energy, we did vanguards, and we did hunters. So that leaves tanks, assassins, summoners. Next is tanks. All right, so for tanks, a good amount of options here. Number 1 would be Panda. Get your Panda to Immortal EX30. Reason being, he's the linchpin of the tank team. Once he casts that ultimate, he starts giving off that pulse. They all get the pulse, right? And after that, it's a toss-up because you can go to Resh, you can go Ray, you can even go Tachikoma. Again, it's very interesting when it comes to the tank team because you have more options in other classes and they're all good in their own right. So again, after Panda, I would go Teresh because Teresh's throw is going to help you out. Caravan, Is it Carabin or Carabine? So Carabine, yeah, Carabin. So Carabin is another interesting hero because he can also jump into the back line after a certain time period. And he can, well, he wouldn't ignore Cariolus's circle. It's just that he jumped after the circle expires. But again, if you were on the fence on trying to figure out which tank you want to bring to Immortal, Panda is definitely number one, Teresh is number two. And as you can see over here, I didn't even start working on my Panda yet because they haven't brought out a banner for him outside of the wish list banner that they had maybe 2 weeks back. I can't remember off the top of my head. So Panda should be at the top of your list if you're trying to figure out which hero you want to focus on. And I think that's it in terms of the tanks. So I'm going through this very quickly. So now we have summoners. So for summoners, Daniel. Just Daniel. Get your Daniel to Awakening 5. That way you can get the bear running around the map, wrecking stuff. They'll definitely help you out. After Daniel, I would say Sif. And whenever I say get them to a certain point, and then the point would be to get to Immortal, Sif is definitely number two. And number three would be between Amat or Anpu. I'm leaning more towards Amat because, again, Amat brings up that big crocodile, but Anpu kind of does the same thing at EX30. Well, yeah, I'd go Amat. But if you get your Masrani to Awakening 7, you can run both. I've seen people run both where they just get rid of Sif altogether, but to each his own. Definitely when it comes to your summoners, I already know your Dan. Your Dan should be already there, and you should be choosing between Amat and do you work on Anpu. Anpu's in the Endless Battle store right now, so if you don't have a copy of him, that's an opportunity to pick him up. Dorelli is definitely a good one right now. She's also in the wishlist banner. Great opportunity to get a copy of her there. I had her, I picked up 2 copies of her, got her to a legendary. She's gonna sit there for a little bit, and then eventually I'll bring her to Immortal. But again, when it comes to who you should focus on, the question you should be asking yourself is, the hero that I'm going to evolve, how's that hero going to progress my account? And when we talk about progression, these are the game modes you should be looking at. Exotic Expedition. Me evolving that hero, how is it going to push me through Exotic Expedition? Next is Endless Battles. How's that said hero going to help me out in Endless Battles, right? Twilight Lands. Also, here, Hell Arena, right? How is this hero going to help out the team that I have? I can't even go into that. That's weird that I can't go into that. But Hell Arena, Ascension Arena, which, not a lot of people are going to do too well over there. But if you are, just know that selecting a hero that is going to help you, even in here, I don't know where you are in terms of your progress, but even in here too, you want to be progressing heroes that are going to help you to progress through here too, right? Because you want to get those tampered gears. And now that's what I'm thinking about. It's like whenever you are deciding who you want to move to the next level, make sure you're taking into consideration how that said hero is going to help you to progress. So we're going to close out talking about those heroes with assassins, right? The main focal point of this game, to be honest. Yeah, ain't no other class doing what they do. They don't follow no rules, right? So for assassins, as you can see, a lot of options. They all bring something to the table. None of them, except maybe Bailey, once he gets awakened, we're going to be having a whole different conversation, right? And so is Rick. So again, at the top of the assassin list is Dominic. You want to make sure your Dominic is an immortal because you want that EX30 so his mark can do more damage. SP hero, if you have her, you know what to do. Level her up, get her to as high as you can. I would say legendary. After that, you can do what you want to do after that, because you want to get that EX20 where the execution is on basic moves. And that's kind of where she starts to get good. Because before that, she's like a wet blanket. Not even a wet blanket. She's so squishy. She's more squishy than Motoko. And Motoko is very squishy. We all know that. But again, I wouldn't even bring up Motoko, because if you're new to the game, you're not going to be able to get that. So again, Dominic, Sam. Sam is also in the wishlist banner. And as you can see, I got me an extra copy of Sam. I wish all the progression that I did, I would have made into an episode, but I didn't think I was going to progress so much. But that's neither here nor there. I would say Ahsoka. Ahsoka's good too. But another person that you should be seldomly working on is Relented. Relented is going to help you a lot in Hellerena. She's amazing there. And the other thing is too, because you want to work on her, because when I can't even show it to you. I don't know what's going on with it, why it's doing whatever it's doing. Yeah, so you see these Relented gifts. Work on her so that way you can just slap her in the team. You get these additional rewards anyways. So another incentive for why you should work on her. And of course, this video is mainly because I see the question so much. Who do I focus on? What should I do? Like, you know the answer, but you just want to ask the question, even though you know the answer to the question. You know it's Perrin, you know it's Nord, you know it's Dom, you know it's Sam, you know it's Daniel. You know all the answers to these questions. So it just baffles my mind when I see it. It's like, who do I focus on? Like for me here, right now, look at this question right here. Who do I focus on? If I had to choose between, if this was me here and this is what I have, right? We'll do it. We'll actually show you my thought process here. So for this one here, right? Who would I focus on? Vaz is definitely at the top. Why I would have Vaz at the top is because I know that I need to get past Panda. I struggle with Panda. So I'm putting him in there and he's going to help me. Vaz and Ryzeris. Yes, Panda would help my tank team in PvP. But again, am I struggling in PvP with my tank team? Not really, because I don't really use them. I have 4 options. I'm in Legendary on this account. So I don't use the tanks. I move them into different places. I put my terrestrial with a different team. Right? So again, I'm not pressed to get Panda going, but at the same time, I do need to work on him. That doesn't mean I get to ignore him, right? So I look at where my struggle is, and my struggle is here, and I want to make sure I get all the resources out of this. My struggle is here. I think I came in 6th or 5th or something along the line. I think I came in 5th, or I don't remember. I know that Panda is a big struggle for a lot of people. So you want to make sure your Vaz, your Rebecca, and your Ryzeris is up to par. If they're not, you're going to always hit that wall, and it's going to be a 2-shot, 3-shot situation. And if you're doing 3 shots on a Panda, you know it's not going to end well, because you're going to end up losing your support. You need a support to progress through the exotic expedition because of the buff that they have there that does damage over time. So I hope my information helped you out, and you don't have to ask the question again. You just have to refer back to this video. And if you see somebody ask that question, please refer this video to them, because I'm tired of answering the question, Purin, every time, Purin. You have a Purin on your account that's not immortal, and you're asking me who you should focus on. I don't get it. I don't understand it. But again, that's that for that piece. We're going to actually talk a little bit about how much progression we've made in terms of their account. As you can see, the account looks very different since the last time. Masrani now is at Awakening 4 or 5. No, that's 4. Is it? Yeah, I can't tell these Awakening. I think that's 4. Yeah, Awakening 4. How do I see? Yeah, Awakening 4. So what's Ronnie's at Awakening 4? We brought Leo to Awakening 5 and Immortal. I also did. What else did I do over here? I brought Sam to Immortal. As I said, yes, I'm listening. Yeah, I'm not just listening. I actually do it. I brought. Who else did I bring to? No, I chose Leo and said we got Claire up to Legendary. We also got Durelli up to a Legendary. We also brought. Who else came up to Legendary? We got Rebecca to Mythic. Yes, we did that. We brought Rizeris to Epic 1. And I think that oh yeah, and I picked up Zaris. Yes, I think that is about it in terms of changes, right? Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, that was that, right? And Daniel's Awakening 6. I had a whole bunch of these, but again, not that, definitely not that. So I don't want this video to go too long, but this is what I have left over. I have a whole bunch of stuff in here. I just have to go through it. I have plenty of these, and I just need to go through and figure out what I want to focus on, because again, there's so much to do, and this is my second account. I don't really spend too much time over here. I just play the dailies and I get out of here. But again, when it comes to this series, I love the interaction. If you see something that you need help with, I can focus on it and I'll actually do it over here because I'm actually willing to do it. This is my play around account. And again, as you can see, most of the heroes that I talk about bringing to Immortal, I actually focus on bringing them here, whether it be Leo, Sam, Purin, Fiona, Daniel, Sif, Nord, Dom, Motoko. You can just hold off on that. Very squishy. You need to get her to Immortal 3 to start reducing somewhat of that squishiness, right? But again, hopefully the beginning part of the video helped you out in terms of who to focus on. And yeah, I think that's the episode. I'm gonna do another one where we cover gears. If you comment down below, we'll do gears on some of these heroes because I did go over them very quick. And I'll pick 2. I'll just do 2 from each. Or you can say who you want me to talk about their gears, because that's the next question that always tend to come up. Yeah, focus on the hero, but what gears do I put on them for PvE and PvP? But again, another episode in the books. I hope it helped. And if you're new to my content, make sure you hit the subscribe button because I'm so close to getting to that 400 mark. Let's go. Come on now. And for those that's been rocking with me, make sure you hit the like button for the logo, and it will help out with the algorithm. So without further ado, I want to thank you for watching. Till the next video. Peace.